Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee and today we are back on my island Ink Blot for another speed build video. Ink Blot is my black and white Kidcore island and today we are building a gas station and auto repair shop. I love how this area turned out, so let's get right into it. Before we get started decorating, let's take a quick look at the map. We are going to be decorating this little red rectangle at the front of my island in front of resident services. But to start this build, we do need to extend our dirt pathing slightly because our road will come down this area so that the cars can get to the gas station and pull into the auto shop. My plan for this build is to have a little section on the left be the area where you actually pump your gas, and then across the street will be the repair shop that connects to another building that will be in the next video. If you missed my entrance build for this island, you should definitely check it out, but in that video I said I wanted each villager to have a little job on the island, so I think I want Walker to be in charge of the gas station and repair shop, but I don't know if I want his house to be more set up like a gas station or more like a mechanic's workshop. I think both could be super cute, but ultimately I think it will come down to which idea has the most items that could be used because I still want the inside of the houses to be black and white. So the mechanics might be a little bit easier because a lot of those items are metal or darker, but like I said, we'll just have to see what items there are. Also, since making the entry video, I have planned out basically the whole entire island, so I have my final list of villagers and all of the jobs I want them to be assigned. And there are 3 builds that I have planned that I am super excited for, and they belong to Bella, Ruby, and Raymond. And I think I'm the most excited for Bella's build. It's a pretty unique idea, and I'm thinking it will be a pretty big build, so I do need to start working on the outline for my whole island to make sure I have enough room to fit all the ideas, because 10 different shops or builds is a lot for one island. Oh, I also wanted to mention that a lot of the codes used in this build in the whole island I did have to create myself due to the lack of black and white Kidcore codes. And in the last video's comments, a few people did mention they would be interested in me uploading the codes to the design portal, so I definitely will. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to upload them because I don't want to ruin some of the future builds by uploading all the ones I've created so far for this island. So I might upload them like episodically, so any of the ones I've used on this build or the first build that I've done for this island, that way you don't get any spoilers for future builds on Ink Blot. But it was nice to know that my codes are worthy enough to be placed on the portal. But getting into the build, we're going to start on the left side, which is the area for us to pump our gas. First, I'm going to put down a few fence items along the side to separate this build from the entrance a little bit more, and I just like using the fence item. And then on these little sidewalk pieces, I thought it would be cute to have some street lamps. I might go back and exchange these for the round street lamps or the curved one, just because I think they're a little cuter and I think they fit a Kidcore theme a little bit more than these ones. Now I'm placing the actual gas pumps, and I use this custom design for the top, and it's an adorable little clown design that was created by Lois Hannah on Twitter. I have this design and her other cute filler codes that I've used on this island so far linked in the description box, but her codes are actually the reason I was inspired to do this island in the first place. I saw this picture on Pinterest and just knew I had to create a whole island for these codes. So shout out to Lois Hannah for these codes because I wouldn't have created this island without them. And this is a gas station, so of course I have to include some cars. I've actually never used a luxury car before, but they had this nice gray version, so I figured I'd throw it in here too. And then for the rest of this area, I'm just placing some items that you would normally see at a gas station. So for this corner, I'm placing a vacuum because they always have one of those little stands to clean out your car. I also made this super cute puddle design specifically for this build. I do use it a few different times in this build, but for this area, I thought maybe one of the villagers got a little clumsy while trying to fill up their canister with gas, so it just ended up spilling all over the ground. To finish off this small area, I'm just adding in a few smaller decorative items to fill up some space. So this top corner, I'm using a white cone and a metal can. I do wish we had a black or gray cone as well, but we're only stuck with white cones because all the other ones are super colorful. And then I did decide to place another cone over by the gas pump that has the puddle. To me, it kind of looks like a little caution sign so people don't slip on the gas that's spilled over there. And finally, in this top corner, I'm just layering 2 of the tire items. Now we can start working on the actual building part of this area, and for this I'm using the black variant of the wide display stand turned around. This building is going to be a little similar to the buildings that we made in the entrance, but for this one we're going to place the display stands in a Z shape instead of an L. Also, the right side might look a little unfinished, but that's because I'm planning on adding a building to this side, and they will be attached, so just ignore this empty gap for now. Now that we have the outline of our building complete, we can start filling in the space behind the display stands with a cliff. For this particular building, I'm making a 3x4 block of terraforming. As I do with all of my buildings, I'm placing down a layer of custom codes to cover the snow. And I do this just because at certain camera angles you can see the ground of the cliff, and I don't like it to look like snow because it kind of ruins the illusion that this is a building. Now that the base of our building is complete, it's time to decorate. I'm starting on the left side of this build, and I want this part to look like the garage of an auto shop. I'm using this amazing code by April ACNH over on Instagram, and it's a really nice code that looks like the garage doors to a mechanic shop, and it's one of the main reasons we're making an auto shop on this island. I want this part of the building that's closer to the beach to look like the entrance of the gas station, so I'm placing 4 simple panels. 2 of the simple panels are just the gray wall, and then I have a glass door and a glass window. And this is the part where everything starts to actually look like a building and not just a big block of wide display stands. And then to add the big sign on top of the building, we're adding 3 more simple panels on top of the block of terraforming. For this area next to our garage, I want it to look like the mechanic's workshop, so I'm adding a bunch of mechanical and tool related items. Like I said in my entrance build, I want each section of my island to have a unique KK Slider song playing. So for this area, I went with KK Robot Synth, but let me know in the comments if you think there's a better song for this area. I'm just not very familiar with all the KK Slider music in this game. And since this is supposed to be a little automotive repair shop, I thought it was fitting to have the damaged mini car. I also decided to place a puddle underneath the car to make it look like it had an oil leak. I thought this blank wall looked a little empty, so I wanted to fill it with a slightly taller item. At first I tried using the ABD, but it was too much of the same gray tone, so instead I went with the white drink machine, and I think it looks a lot nicer than a big blob of gray. Now it's time to finish the top of the building. I wanted to switch it up a little bit, so instead of putting the wide display stands right behind the simple panels, I placed the gear apparatus, and I love how it looks. And then since this building is only 3 tiles wide, we can't place 2 of our display shelves next to each other, so instead I went ahead and placed them back to back, and this is actually pretty cool because it gives a cool window effect to the top of the building. For a final touch, I went around the build to place some of these different tiles. And these are kind of a Kidcore City staple to use, so for these I made one with a black heart and one with a white star. And I'm kind of just placing them randomly and basically just making sure they aren't too close together. And here's our final build. But that's the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Before you leave, make sure to give the video a like, comment, and to subscribe to my channel. We are inching our way to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe if you liked today's video, it would mean so much to me. Anyways, if you watched till the end of the video, let me know in the comments what are some of your favorite island themes. Bye, friends!